New data has been released, and it's by the federal government. Nancy Pelosi has made an announcement on inflation. Millions of low-income households can expect to receive inflation relief checks very soon, and these payments will be automatically sent out for some, while others may have to take action to receive this assistance. And not only that, you guys want to be sure to continue to watch this video because it gets much more interesting. Now, as Republicans regain momentum on concerns about the economy, the only thing that Democrats seem to agree on about their issue is that inflation and high gas prices is the problem. Now, Representative Ro Khanna has told NBC News that, "What is our message about why inflation is going to be worse if Republicans win? I don't think our economic message has been loud or sharp enough." And when asked about inflation this week, Nancy Pelosi said, "We'll have to message it better in the next 3 weeks ahead." With gas prices up again and a potential recession looming, voters are once again telling pollsters that inflation is the most important issue facing the country, reversing a boost that Democrats enjoyed over the summer when the public was more concerned with other issues. Democratic pollsters and strategists are sounding the alarm. Even as President Biden and some candidates sharpened their focus on inflation, Democrats are worried it may be too late. When inflation first started creeping up in 2021, Democrats tried to downplay the issue, arguing it was only temporary. Now, it's been a year over inflation, and according to credit card companies and banks, U.S. consumers have demonstrated willingness to continue to pay higher prices in the face of a sluggish economy that could be tipped into. Now, the demand for travel is particularly resilient as Americans make up for postponed trips due to the crisis. Consumers are also splurging on food and entertainment after the crisis has eased. Now, Bank of America is not experiencing any slower growth in spending either, despite inflation having reached historic highs. The recent data economic have showed that signs of stagnation in consumer spending and retail and food services sales were little changed for September after rising in August. So millions of people are still eligible to receive a crisis relief payment, with some households in a store for a possible massive payment. The IRS has announced in a news release that more than 9 million mostly low-income Americans did not claim any pieces of it at all. Many are still qualified to receive the money if they had no income last year. However, they will be required to file a tax return in order to take advantage of the relief payments, including the expanded child tax credit, the 2021 Recovery Pay Credit, and the Earned Income Tax Credit. IRS Commissioner Chuck Reddick said in a statement, "We don't want people to overlook these tax credits, and the letters will remind people of their potential eligibility and steps that they can take." The IRS said that the Free File program will remain open through November 17th. The Free File tool is available to anyone who earns $73,000 or less in 2021. The IRS is sending a special reminder letter for people qualified for the different tax credits who haven't filed a tax return yet. And the IRS said that the Free File program will remain open through November, and the Free File tool is available to anybody who earned less than $73,000 less in 2021. And the IRS is sending a special reminder letter for people who seem to be qualified for the different child tax credits but haven't filed a tax return yet in order to claim them. In total, people can possibly receive a payment worth up to 5 figures if they have yet to claim the expanded child tax credit, the stimulus payment of $400 per person, or the child and dependent care credit that families who pay for daycare up to $8,000 for 2 or more children. Under the expanded child tax credit, low and middle income parents can also receive up to $3,000 for every child ages 6 to 17. So, hopefully President Biden can do something about this, help out the American people, and send out stimulus payments. Tell me if you guys think he will this year, because I know he will for sure. Thanks for watching.
I am so happy to be here with you. Hello, Team Murray. So I love Seattle. I truly do. I love you.
We love you too.
Oh, good. I come here anytime I can. And that's the truth, but I want to tell you specifically why I am here today. I am here today because this is the day that your ballots for the 2022 election go out. This is it. And how you mark that ballot right at the top will determine the direction of our nation for years to come. This is a big deal. Now, you know the names on that ballot, but what I want to talk about for a minute is what's really on the ballot. In this election, the economy is on the ballot.
It is.
And because Republicans are working hard to cut Social Security and Medicare so they can make this economy work even better for millionaires and billionaires, I I'm here to ask you to vote Democratic to help us lower costs and to make this economy work for everyone. In this election, Roe versus Wade is on the ballot. And because the Republicans have said, if they get the power, they will ban abortion everywhere in America. I'm here to ask you to vote Democratic to make Roe versus Wade the law of the land. In this election, the survival of our planet is on the ballot. And even while wildfires rage and the oceans rise, the Republicans have embraced climate deniers and big oil money. So I'm here to ask you to vote Democratic to give us the power to fight back against climate change. In this election, democracy is on the ballot. And because the Republicans have embraced election deniers, I'm here to ask you to vote.
Taking big action is considering more stimulus relief. Lawmakers in Congress, everybody, and they're expected to make an important announcement that would affect many Americans financially. President Biden wrapped up his public back and forth with the U.S. oil and gas industry as he looks to spread around the blame for the nation's soaring gas prices. Biden and his team have acknowledged in recent weeks that there is not much he can do to address the soaring prices, and the action he has taken so far, such as the record-breaking release of oil from the country's strategic reserves that have not worked. And still, the president is considering other options and is expected to announce support for a federal gas tax holiday this week. In response to the president's criticism, the oil industry has largely said that it is the Biden administration's fault that prices are so high because of what they perceive as limits on domestic oil and gas production. The Chevron CEO said in his letter on Tuesday that Biden should stop criticizing the oil and gas industry and called for a change in approach from the White House. Biden's decision to throw his administration's support behind the national gas tax holiday would require congressional action. As gas prices continue to rise, however, administration officials have scrambled to find policy options that would address the pain at the pump or demonstrate support for action. Biden, speaking to reporters on Tuesday, appeared to lean toward the idea when he noted a pause in the gas tax would only have a minor impact on funding for roads, a key policy concern. The president reiterated that he planned to make a decision this week, and President Biden said, "I'm in the process, and I'll have a decision before the week is out." The National Economic Council, the council director, said this weekend the administration was hopeful a budget reconciliation deal that tackles inflation and utility costs could be done before September. Deese told NBC CBS News that on Face the Nation Sunday that the potential package would be the most impactful thing the administration and Democratic allies could do to lower energy prices. Chuck Schumer even said, with his caucus to try to get the final package in place. And we're hoping to see that we'll see progress on that in coming weeks. The deal contours will likely include mandates to reduce deficit and record inflation. Higher energy prices are also on the agenda this week, as Democrats scramble for a response and relentless criticism from Republicans. Democrats have accepted that Manchin will have the final say on any budget reconciliation